Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Floor 203. I'm your host, Jay Greenman. Today, we're here with some more NBA news, here with a good episode today. First things first, though, make sure that y'all do leave a like and subscribe. And let me know who y'all think is going to win today between Cooper Flag and Bronny James. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about that first, just to get it out the way. I'm tired of NBA fans complaining. So I see a couple posts about them promoting this game. Everybody in the comments are trying to say, like, why are you comparing Cooper to Bronny? Why are you doing this to Bronny? Why are you... Dude, they have to sell the game. There's a reason why this is the headlining game, because Bronny's a big name. He's going to bring in a lot of viewers with Cooper Flag. So it's like, one, we're in the middle of the offseason. There's not a lot to talk about right now besides making rankings, making tier lists, talking a few trades that are happening, and talking Summer League. So if we're talking Summer League, stop complaining. It's Summer League. 95% of y'all not even watching any of it. So why are you complaining about it? Save your energy. Protect your energy. Stop wasting your time. Okay? But back into it now. It's probably going to be the Mavs. I really cannot wait to watch. I really hope Bronny's able to give a couple highlights, though, because I just want to be able to see him do good. I want to see him hold his own today. You know, I just want to start seeing more steps, because we saw a lot of steps from the beginning of last year to now. There was a lot that he was able to do in the G League from then to now. So it's like, people have to be patient. He was the 55th overall pick, and most people say that he wouldn't even have been drafted. So calm down. And if you see ESPN hyping him up, no shit. It's money. They're going to hype him up. It's a big name. People talk about this dude all the time. So it's like, stop acting surprised. Stop acting shell-shocked that they're going to be talking about this dude. They're going to keep talking about this dude. Even when Bronny gets out the league, they're still going to talk about this dude, okay? So just stop complaining, all right? Because he's going to just be taking these steps. And plus, he's supposed to be in the rotation this year. You got to give a brother a chance to just grow. It's going into his second year. How many 55th overall picks, past 50 actually, could you name? Really? I mean, I know you could name like the ITs of the world, you know, but like besides that, come on. Like, you cannot put these high expectations on just because he's getting promoted. It's LeBron James' son. His name is literally LeBron James Jr. What do you expect? Okay. But can we get a round of applause because we have a bag alert. Devin Booker makes a 2-year extension for $145. That is $72.5 million a year. Devin Booker, it's official. You probably never going to win nothing in your career, but you're going to be collecting a bag. Now, that's really all I got to say about the Phoenix Suns, because I don't think there's any way that you could convince me that they're going to be able to do anything else this year, unfortunately. But, I mean, this boy is going to be getting paid on his contract all the way through the 2029-2030 season. 2030, that is not that far away. That is pretty crazy to even think about. Also, I didn't mean to get to this so early. We're kind of flying today, I'm not going to lie, but Richard Jefferson, you know, the Legacy edition, I thought this was really funny when I saw it. That boy, they should have like a, you know how in Madden, they'll have like golden tickets like at the end of the year, and like somehow there's like a little system where like people like in the community will be able to like pick who like is on the cover, of like what card there will be. They should do that with like a special edition cover, like the fan favorite cover. So you can get the covers like the Taco Fall. We could have got like a Taco Fall in 2022, you know, something silly, because like you got to go for the fans. And I feel like that would be really, really, really funny, in my opinion. But let me know what y'all think about that, because who would y'all put? If y'all had a special edition, who would it be? Can't just be like a star. I'd probably get like, I think Bronny James would be pretty funny. Who would be like a good one? Like Luke Cornett. I feel like that would be a great cover. Maybe like Grady Dick. Or maybe the Anthony Black Grady Dick cover, that picture. That would be funny. They couldn't do that, obviously, but that would be funny. Something like that. Or like a Bowl cover. You know, like KD Slim Reaper. Like, imagine if they had a KD Slim Reaper, like... Yo, I'm not even going to talk about 2K Man today. But, man, they could do so much better than what they did, too. They had that awful cover. Now, I want to give a big shout-out to Shea, though, because he's had one of the best summers probably ever. You know, he won the ring, Finals MVP, cover athlete. largest extension or largest contract until Devin Booker just came over, and I think he outmatched him by like, or outdid him by like 0.25 million or something like that. It wasn't like something crazy, but it was just a little bit more. But yeah, I mean, shout out to him. But that covers. You just copied what you did last. Like, what happened? What happened? Y'all used to have the coolest. Like, you go back and look at 2K16. We can look at it while I'm sitting right here. And you know what's even funnier? This was like a triple cover. And you had, like, look how fire. Now, I don't know how blurry it's going to be. I don't even know how well I can see it. But y'all know what I'm talking about. We was all there. Let's, like, look at that. Triple cover. That's dope. That is really dope. Even going back to, like, 2020 or, like, even 2023 when you had Michael Jordan on that motherfucker, like, excuse my language. But, yeah. Yeah, I find it very confusing. But getting back onto some news today, man, we have a big, not really a big trade, but, you know, we see the San Antonio Spurs making some more moves. They go to get Kelly Olynyk. Funny how much he's been brought up. He's been brought up in every episode far. So he's been brought up in every episode so far. But we'll talk about that in a second. Let's go take a peek at Washington's lineup. Guard, point guard, guard, small forward, shooting guard, forward, guard, guard, small forward, guard, shooting guard, small forward, guard, power forward, point guard, forward, power forward, guard, guard, forward. Okay. Cam Whitmore 6'7"? Am I tripping? I did not think Cam Whitmore was 6'7". I thought he was like 6'4". Yo, that's crazy. I did not know Cam Whitmore. Boy, he finna be nice in Washington, bro. He is finna be nice in Washington. He's going to have the doors wide open. He's only 21. But if you look at this roster, man, you got Malcolm Brogdon, and then you're going to have, where's C.J. McCollum at? You got C.J. McCollum and Chris Middleton. So there's three guys that are going to be playing right there a good bit. I don't know what this team is really trying to do. I'm really trying to see, like, because I'm pretty sure that C.J. McCollum and Malcolm Brogdon, it's either Malcolm Brogdon or Chris Middleton, are on the last year of their deal. So it's like, when these dudes are playing, they're on a contract year. So they're not about to just sit all year, average like 12 points, whatever, because they have to re-up next year when they go into free agency. So they're going to be trying to ball, but you have so many guards. Like, Keyshawn George is not a guard, but he's going to get a lot of PT. And you got a lot of these, like, all these young dudes, you know, like Dylan Jones, Trey Johnson, like, and then you trade for, I'm pretty sure it's Malachi Branham. I don't know exactly how to say his last name, but he's been on the Spurs for a while. What are we doing? I don't know, because you have a lot of assets, though, but, like, are you going to be trying to, like, play all these guys? Like, Marcus Smart, too, getting $20 million a year. He's on the last year of his deal. So it's like, what exactly is the plan? Because you have so much young talent, but you have decent veteran talent, honestly. I mean, if you go back to, like, 2020, if you had Marcus Smart, Chris Middleton, C.J. McCollum, and Malcolm Brogdon, you got a pretty nice team right there. Not going to lie. Like, that's a good that's 4 good players to have on your team. It's just kind of confusing because your tallest player, you only have 1 power forward, or you have like 3 forwards. You have no center at all. So, like, I don't know if they're going to be really, really bad this year or okay. Because I could see this team winning like 30-plus games due to the fact that they have good pieces on the team. Like, this is not a bad team. I just think that there's just way too many pieces. Because a lot of these guys are not going to get no time at all. Like, there's a lot of people on this team that I don't know where their availability is going to be. And I think a lot of these dudes deserve chances, but hopefully they can flip some of this into, like, some future capital for whatever they're trying to do. Maybe flip some of these names, flip these, I don't know. Y'all let me know more because I haven't dug too deep into Washington because I'm not obviously that focused on them. But this roster's hella deep. Hella deep. Next up, man, we got, I don't feel like this is like bashing him at all, but, you know, we got the LeBron James discussion. A lot of people have been talking about this recently. So LeBron James opted into, I want to say his $52 million contract going into this year. And people are a little upset because LeBron James has kind of been making this offseason a little bit about him. And it is a little bit frustrating because if I'm LeBron James, which I'm not, of course, but like, or say if I'm the Lakers, which I'm still not, like, what are we doing? You're making over $50 million a year. And now, of course, LeBron is still one of the best players in the league. It's crazy to say. I'll say top 15. I would say top 10. But, like, you could probably argue that heavier now, especially since, I mean, everything dropped a little bit after last year. I mean, barely. But you can tell there has been a drop-off, some. So you can't expect, like a ton. But you can't sit there and want to be out of here and you have nowhere to go. Like, if you took your contract and you said, I'm going to make $20 million this year and I want to go to Cleveland, all right, we could make that work. We could really make that work. But you're making $52 million a year. Like, bro, you cannot go anywhere. And you want to go to Cleveland, they're going to have to give up 4 of their core players just to be able to get you on the books. And yeah, for LA, that's probably a great deal because you're not going to be there for another year. This is probably your last year really competing, and then you'll probably have your little farewell tour next year because there's no way that we're going to get 3 more years of LeBron. I hope we do because I do love seeing LeBron on the court. But, like, this whole thing does get kind of old after a while because if he goes to Cleveland, if he goes to Cleveland, they're going to have expectations to win the ring now. Because with Jason Tatum being out all year, Tyrese Halliburton being out all year, the East is pretty open. He's not going to get traded. And if he does, going to blow my mind. We're going to have the most cool, fire, exciting podcast ever. But if he went somewhere else and he loses, especially if he joins a really powerful team like the Cavs, it's going to look so bad on him because he's just going to be chasing that, like, GOAT debate. Whatever he views himself as, wherever other people view him as, he wants to be viewed as the greatest, undeniably, which, of course, right now is not. It's probably closer to, like, 60-40 Jordan, 60-40 LeBron, however, whichever way you want to put it. I don't really care because the debate is so pointless to me. But if you go there and say you get bounced in the first round, after Cleveland just did what they did, even though they were injured, and I think they were going to beat the Pacers, and I think they still might have if they weren't hurt, but of course, you can't look back at that and say, well, what happened is what happened. But, like, it just doesn't make sense because nothing's going to be able to happen. So why even talk about it? Why say, I'm upset with the front office? Why? Because what can you do? You can't do nothing. So it's so pointless to me because no one wants you because you're making that much money. It's like kind of like Bradley Beal almost, to an extent. That sounds crazy to say, but if you look at the contracts and you look at the value they're bringing, nobody is going to be trying to take that, especially with the second apron. Now, maybe if you were trying to go, like maybe if this was 2018 again, maybe we could get something shaken out. But, like, these dudes, if they bring you in, they're not even going to have a lot of room, and they're going to have to pay, I think, was it more than 52? It was like they're going to have to pay for like 60 something. So that's going to have to be even more. And there's nobody else that they're able to go get. So all these dudes that are on vet minimum contracts and shit, you're not going to be able to build a good roster. It's just going to look like the 2018 Cavs, the first half, when you had Isaiah Thomas, Jeff Green, all those. So it's like, wait a minute. You know, I really just don't understand it. Especially with Bronny being on the team. Like, you just said you wanted to play with your son. You sit there with him for one season, especially when it looks like he could start to be getting better and maybe he's not going to be a star, he's not going to be an all-star, but he could be a competent NBA player for the next 2 years. Wouldn't you just want to play with your son and just shut up and go be done? Like, why are you still trying to... This isn't 2018, this isn't 2013, this isn't you know what I mean? Now, maybe some of y'all disagree, but, like, you have to take the pay cut if you really want this stuff to be able to happen. So next year, when your contract goes out, bro, you're still probably going to go try to get 40+ mil a year anyway because you're going to get your bag. So it really doesn't make much sense. But I am very excited for the Cooper Flag matchup today. Let's go look at some NBA Summer League. Because I am looking forward to it. I want to be able to watch it today. Let's see what time we got everything coming on. So, first game we got New Orleans, Minnesota. Let's go just get to the main event. So we got Dallas playing, or no, actually, isn't it all in Vegas? I might be tripping right there. Can we click it? Okay, there we go. We can't click it. Oh, they're trying to get me on it. Okay, see, man. Hey, can somebody tell me a better website where I can go to? I really don't be having the best websites. But I'm trying to give me a good little preview because I'm going to be able to talk about. Okay, bro, I just want the Cooper Flag preview. Cooper Flag. This is frustrating. Cooper Flag Summer League. Can I just get a little bit of... Okay, where to watch? Let's just click this and go through this. It says the hottest ticket for day one in the NBA Summer League. Yeah, Las Vegas Summer League. I don't know why I thought this was going to be in Dallas. I was tripping. Will be the highly anticipated matchup between the Dallas Mavericks and the Los Angeles Lakers. As number one overall pick, Cooper Flag makes his debut against Bronny James' squad. The last time the Lakers played an organized game of basketball was back in April, or last time Flag played an organized game was back in April when Duke lost to Houston in the Final Four. I really cannot wait for them to play, man. I don't know how much they're going to play. I guess there's really not much here. The Lakers are set favorites to win. Okay. I guess we'll just have to watch and see because it doesn't look like they're going to be doing too much. And it says, let's read this. It says, why aren't the number 1 versus 2 playing in the first game? It says, typically the marquee game of the opening night of Summer League features the number 1 and number 2 overall picks squaring off against each other. That won't be the case this year as the Mavericks, Cooper Flag, will face off against the Lakers, and the number 2 overall pick, Dylan Harper, and the Spurs will play against the 76ers. I mean, it makes sense, right? I want to see. Okay, I don't know why they didn't answer the question. Harper didn't participate in the California Classic and will miss the opening game of Summer League because of a groin injury. Okay, but that still doesn't explain why that team would. They put it. I love how they ignore this stuff. They put Bron. See, this is why I can see why they get hate. The game was made like that because they wanted to be Bronny. They didn't say why they picked. Why didn't you go to Ace Bailey? Why isn't it Ace Bailey and Cooper Flag playing? That's a better matchup for this year. Why isn't it VJ Edgecombe versus Cooper Flag as the first Summer League game? You feel what I'm saying? But they want to ignore the reasons why. So I wish they would just say it because it's going to bring in them dollars. It's going to bring in that money. Who are you? But get off my screen. But you know what I'm saying? It is very exciting, though. I cannot wait to watch them play. And shout out to the whole Lakers Summer League roster. We're going to need someone to pop up and show us something because I don't know if Bradley Beal is going to be the Lakers' answer this year because he is going to be looking for that buyout, though. And I think, honestly, if Bradley Beal can get on the team, again, we talked about it last episode. Now, I don't know. Let's look it up real quick. Bradley Beal. Okay. Bradley Beal. Let's see what the first thing pops up. Because 17 points, 17 3-3 last year on 50% from the field. The dude's not trash. But it says Bradley Beal's best shot at the title is with the Bucks. Let's look at this. 4 hours ago by Bleacher Report. This could be pretty interesting. It says Bradley Beal appears to be on the verge of splitting from Phoenix, of course. It says it sounds like he might have his next NBA destination in mind, too. It says, with Beal working on a buyout agreement with Phoenix and the Los Angeles, it says the Los Angeles Clippers are likely the leaders to sign the guard, per The Athletic. The Clippers? Why the Clippers, though? Out of everybody that would get him, I don't know why the Clippers would be number 1. But it says Beal is also considered Milwaukee, Golden State, and the Lakers. If he went to Milwaukee, I'm trying to think of how to feel. Like I'm trying to think, excuse me. How do y'all feel about that? Because if Cooper Flag goes over, I said Cooper Flag. Well, I'm tripping. I just got distracted. If Bradley Beal goes to the Bucks, you're going to have Kyle Kuzma and Bradley Beal on the same team. With Giannis, Bobby Portis, Gary Harris. I don't know. I guess it'd be better than nothing, though, because if Bradley Beal is not making if he's not making too much money, I mean, I guess it would be worth it, but it is just kind of a weird spot. Because if you go to LA, what would be his best spot? Because if you're in Golden State, you're probably going to be. Man, I'm really trying to think about this. If he was on Milwaukee, I think that would be. Oh, Miles Turner, too. Pardon me. I know that was the biggest signing they've had this summer because they waived Damian Lillard. If you brought in Beal, you got Turner, you're going to be spacing the floor. Beal is still a good shooter. Beal could probably still give you 22 to 24 a game if you're really going to be unlocking him. You got Kuzma coming off the bench. Bobby Portis, still a good defender, still a good player, can still get you buckets. I like him going to Milwaukee. I think that would add another layer of competition to the East, too, because I really don't want to see him going to Golden State. Jimmy Butler, Bradley Beal, and Steph Curry. It don't really sound right to me. I mean, y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. I don't know, because that's not me right there. And if he went to the Lakers, that would be kind of cool. I think it would definitely run headlines. Like, headlines would go crazy. But the Clippers, I don't think the Clippers are a team that would be in need. Because if we go look at the Clippers roster, I like the Clippers roster how it is right now. Where's Clippers? Excuse me. There we go. Because if we go look at let's just go look at the depth chart. Who do they have at shooting guard? Right now they got, okay. You got Chris Dunn and Bogdan, sorry. Yeah, I guess you will want Bradley Beal. Because if you had Harden, Beal, Jones, Kawhi, Zubac, with Lopez, Collins, Bogdan, and then Chris Dunn coming off the... You still got Batum. Hey, this isn't a bad team. All the way down to Kobe Brown. This is not a bad team. Maybe I like Beal a little bit more than I think. Even though I do like Chris Dunn, too. I think Chris Dunn's been able to do a very good job. Now, I don't know what he was averaging. Yeah, 6 points, 6, 3, and 2. But still on that team. I think he fits the clip. Wow. Okay, let's go look at the Warriors depth chart. You know, maybe I'm tripping. I love how 3 of the teams are in the Pacific Division, too. Let's take a peek. We go look, you got Steph Curry, Pods. So if you bring in Beal, you're going to probably put Pods on the bench. I don't mind that. I think Pods needs more time to develop. He was low-key pissing me off last year because he had some ups and he had some downs. But he was able to get some buckets. Okay. I the Warriors too, to a sense, because I feel like Bradley Beal, he's better than Pods, right? I mean, yeah, of course. And he would probably be getting paid about the same or a little bit less than Pods too. Then you got Hill, and you got Butler at the 4 with Dre. And I still like Trace Jackson Davis. Kuminga, I don't know what we're doing with that. Hopefully the Warriors make a move though. You know, I wouldn't mind that. I don't think Warriors fans, how do y'all feel about getting him too? Because I don't think y'all would mind that too much either. I really don't think y'all would. Let's just keep going then. What was the other team? Let me make sure I'm not mistaken here. It was the Lakers and who else? I don't remember this off the top of my head. I should not be. Oh, the Bucks. Yeah, let's just go look at the Bucks now. Bucks depth chart. Let's see. So you got Kevin Porter. Okay. So you probably have Beal at your point guard. So starting lineup with Prince is probably going to start. I'd rather have Prince than Kuzma. Let's go look at two-time champion Taurean Prince. 8, 3, and 2. Give it to how many minutes he playing per game? Let's see. Last time, so he playing about 30 minutes a game, giving you This is kind of like the fight of the mid. I'm not gonna lie to you. If we go look at the old Kuzma. Regular season, 14 points per game. I mean, you can't tell me this dude's ass, bro. I mean, I still do not believe that he's ass. I feel like he had a bad year. I feel like he did have a bad year. But what could you really expect when you sit in Washington, bro? He's just been bedridden. I mean, can you really expect, bro, to really shine? 14, 5 and 2 on 43% from the field. I mean, that's not crazy. You know, if you go look back at, let's go look at 2023, 2024. 22, bro, come on now. You telling me Kuzma couldn't average 22 a game? You telling me he couldn't average 20? And if you bring on Beal, I guess he's not going to average 20. No, he's not going to average 20. By the way, I'm not saying that because there's a roster here and there's a pecking order. And Kyle Kuzma's not second or third or fourth or fifth or sixth. He might be fifth. Bradley Beal comes in, he's probably sixth or fifth. So I just don't get, I get the hate though, because he was sitting out there putting up Thon Maker 0-0-0-0 numbers up in the playoffs. But, I mean, 15-4, bro, I still like that they got him. I still do like that they got him. I know people are going to hate, but I still hold out a little bit of hope that he's going to be able to do something for this team. I would really, God, that's terrible. That's terrible. If Giannis had any help, they could have beat any help. He could have beat the Pacers. Okay, let's go back. Let's go look at the Lakers now, man. That's my favorite, bro. I want him to go to the Bucks. I really want Bradley Beal to go to the Bucks. And then my second team's probably the Clippers and then the Lakers. But let's look. How would the Lakers look if you got Bradley Beal? Depth chart. Tell me something good. Luka Doncic. Five's nice. This starting five's nice, chat. Now, I'm not going to say that the Lakers are contenders because I think that's just me being a little exaggerating a little bit. But if you added Brad, you're probably going to have Rui coming off the bench now. What would you do with Beal? Because you're not benching Reeves. And you're not bringing Beal off the bench. Look at the bench. That's sad. Shout out to Jared Vanderbilt. Do you think Jared Vanderbilt will ever be able to shoot? Do you think he'll ever be able to shoot? Because if that boy would just shoot the ball, if he would just go all summer and just keep shooting the damn ball, he could probably really do something. He could probably do something, but he can't. That boy cannot shoot the ball. You know, speaking of, I want to look at Jake LaRavia's stats real quick because I don't know shit about Jake LaRavia. I'm not going to lie. 6'7", 235, came in at 2022. Okay. Let's see, what were you doing last year? 19 points, 19 minutes a game. Sorry. Okay. What were you shooting from three? Anything? 38%. Okay. 44% back then. You played 47 games on 20 minutes a game, 7 points. Okay. I don't mind this. I don't mind this. It doesn't look terrible. Now, I'd like to see a few highlights. Now, I might go watch some highlights later and, educate myself. And by the way, if you're watching this right now, man, just zoom in a little bit. I'm sorry that I don't have the screen perfect. My production team, shout out to me, isn't the best. But I don't mind Jake LaRavia being on this team. I really don't. That's pretty solid. But now, let's go back to that depth chart and take a peek. By the way, I need to be looking into the camera a little bit more. But I'm really liking Luka, Austin. I guess Rui would come off the bench. What was Rui averaging last year? Because that boy Rui is nice. I don't care what y'all say. Rui could average 18 points if they gave him more opportunity. Rui is just a dog, in my opinion. In my humble opinion. I really like what he's been able to do for this team. I'm a big fan of Rui. Shout out to Rui Hachimura. Shout out to... I guess Bill would be nice. I guess you'd probably rather have another big man. Jackson Hayes, Maxi Kleber. I'd rather have Dwight Howard, man. I'm telling y'all call me what you want. But I'm telling you, I'd rather have JaVale McGee or Dwight Howard on this team giving me minutes, because what is this dude doing? Absolutely nothing. I'm sorry. But what did he get? 2 minutes PT last time he played? 2 points. How many minutes you played? 5 minutes. Nice. Nice. 2 free throws. You telling me Dwight Howard can't do that? Now, I'm not saying he would make both free throws, but you telling me he couldn't come in and at least give you a board? Bro ain't give you an assist, a steal. He ain't do nothing. So I just get 1 foul. I'm telling you, man, there's a better option than that. There's a better option out there somewhere that you could go get. Shit. I know somebody down the street that you could probably go get that'll give you some better productive minutes. Somebody with a little bit more drive than that. No offense, by the way. Shout out to Maxi Kleber. Maybe this year he breaks out again. I don't think so, though. Jackson Hayes, too. Hey, Jackson Hayes was doing his thing for what? People put too much expectation on him, but I like what he was able to do. I really do. Not saying that it was much at all, but shout out to him. It might be time to put on a little bit of weight, though. 220, you looking a little light. You're looking a little light out there. Let's get in that weight room. DeAndre Ayton, C, 7 foot 252. Get your ass in the post. Let's stop shooting mid ranges, D Ayton. This dude could be nice, but just let's get the attitude fixed, bro. You got to prove it. You ready to get this shit done. All right. Any other team that we want to go talk about? We could go look at Cooper Flag, I guess. Well, they telling me anything about the old Flag? The Flagmanian Devil? I feel like that's a terrible name. That's a terrible name. I shouldn't even have said that. I think that's all we got for today. I guess, yeah, that is really all we got to talk about today, man. Next time, we're probably going to have our top 10 point guards, and we're going to go through top 10 point guards, shooting guards, small forwards going up to the season. I know the season's still a bit away, so I'm trying not to get too much, so I don't run out of ideas, run out of stuff to talk about, because I am getting in and I am new to this. So I hope y'all did enjoy, though. This is episode 3, still riding solo, but I hope y'all enjoy it, and I will see y'all in the next one, man. Peace.